Thank you, sir, for that amazing electoral speech. It was almost as if I'm going to press a button right now and vote Modi out of power. It was very ironical that you spent, 25 minutes talking about the danger that India faces. And at the end of your speech, you land up saying is Modi's aura is on the wane. If it's on the wane, then what's the problem? Why are you so scared if it's on the wane? But the debate till now has progressed as a chat GPT research. One side coming and saying, oh, after 2014, everything is absolutely spick and span. India is shining. On the other side, after 2014, everything has gone down. That's the level that we have seen till now. I hope with Prashant sir, the level goes up beyond this. But I hope that the opposition comes up with better arguments, because at this point of time, there is nothing but statistics. And as a school debater will tell you, that you don't rely your entire speech on just statistics. Because even a class 8 debater will tell you there are three kinds of lies: white lies, black lies, and statistics. So I'm going to stay away from overburdening this audience with just statistics. We're going to talk about India a little bit, and a little less about Modi. That seems to be an obsessive angle here. We are forgetting what is bigger, India or Modi. So there are two basic points in this debate topic. Modi's India, we'll get to that in a bit. And where is India going? Is it going in the right direction or not? You have a very simple job: to prove to this house that it is going in the wrong direction, not that it is making mistakes. Are you trying to tell me the Congress never made mistakes? Are you trying to tell me the CPM never made mistakes? What are we talking about here? You're counting down mistakes. Are we here to just count good things versus bad things? Let's go a little beyond that. India is bigger than that. You know, look at England from India. Okay, I'm going to give you the Indian perspective. If you switch on broadcast and watch the headlines, what do you see? Oh, Brexit. Oh, Boris. Oh, cost of living. Oh, England is going down. It's a pretty gloomy picture. So I thought, really? Things are that bad? Are they going to start taxing us again? Teen guna lagan? You guys... But it's not funny. You guys took the Kohinoor and now you're charging us how much? How much did I pay that day? 32 pounds to watch and have a look at the Kohinoor and the other crown jewels, and then 6 pounds for a fake Kohinoor. I bought it actually. Anyways. But when I was doing a little bit of research, I see the other side. And when I lived in London for the last 1 week, I saw a buzzing metropolis. I saw buildings going up. I didn't see a country in decline or collapse. And I also realized that average people, are driving around in Beamers and Mercs because, well, guess what? We might have beaten you guys in overall GDP, and trust me, it's a celebration point in India. Good, we should celebrate. But when it comes down to per capita, and that's the finer point, you guys are sitting at $45,000 and we are sitting at 2,300. We are competing with Bangladesh. So there is, of course, a problem. And I am just trying to tell you that let's go beyond this headline. And after 2014, this was good, this was bad, this was good. The debate can extend for the full night. Now let's stretch our imagination and answer this question to me, sirs. At what point of time was India in the right direction? Which decade was India in the right direction? 1950s? When everybody was talking about balkanization, this house would have debated, is India going to become another Europe? Is there going to be balkanization? 1960s, if we were going to have this debate in this house, we would have said, is India going to starve? Because, well, there was famine all around. In the 70s, we would have said, has democracy finished in India? Because there was one lady called Indira Gandhi came and imposed emergency. Well, she was thrashed after that very soon. and reduced to the footnotes in history. Besides landing at the Indira Gandhi International Airport, we don't hear too much about Indira Gandhi. A lady at one point of time was India is Indra, Indra is India, something that we often sort of hear today. Then let's come to the 1980s, when there was economic collapse, literally, Hindu rate of growth. Then the 90s, when there was political upheaval and coalition governments falling. Then there was 2000s, where there was terrorism all over the place. And yes, there is a problem of communal politics, I admit. I'm not going to shy away. I am going to admit to the fact that yes, there is a problem of communal politics. And that has been harvested by politicians. And that is what politicians do. They harvest issues. And maybe in another 10 years, if I'm lucky enough to be invited again to this August House, we might be debating something on the environment because, well, we are sitting on a time bomb. 56 of the most polluted cities in India out of 100 belong to India. So first and foremost, let's change this mindset that we are in a wrong direction, because we are not. There is never a right direction, a wrong direction. India is larger than one person trying to set the country in one direction. India has always stammered, stopped, hopped, jumped, but there is never a great leap. We are not China. We will take our time. It's an elephant. Remember, guys? It'll take its own time. We are a behemoth. There are issues that we are facing, but we are still on the right track. And I am not going to sit here and count the numerous economic angles to this, how we are a bright spot while the rest of the world is staring at recession. England barely missing recession, Germany getting into recession. And as a matter of fact, even the World Bank has been saying is that not only overall GDP, but per capita GDP, India is the largest, fastest growing large economy. So as far as the economy is concerned, there are issues, there is concern, but we are much better off than the rest of the world. So let's take the economy aside. Everybody is in a worse off state than us. Then, besides us having losses and having wins, let's come to another point which I find very interesting. We are upheld to this standard of democracy. I, on my channel, scream day in and day out that we need to be better. Agreed. But who am I competing with? Whose standard of democracy you want us to live up to? UK? You guys had the Magna Carta in 1215, if I'm not wrong? And then King Charles I was hiding in Oxford, then he was dragged out and then beheaded in 16th century or whatever. You guys took centuries to get your Democratic Act right. And even now, well, let's not get into what's happening at this point of time. But I am just saying, look at 75, 80 years. Was England a good practicing democracy after Magna Carta, 16th century, 17th century, 18th century? When? How much time did it take you? Let's take USA. 1776, and then 70, 80, 90 years down the line, civil war, ripped apart the nation. Everything had to start anew, and even then you had the Jim Crows, etc., etc. I am not saying India is perfect. I am admitting to the lots of flaws that India has at this point of time. What I'm trying to tell you is that a democracy will not leapfrog, or one person can't hold back such a massive country that had been set on a path in 1947. And to say that one person can decide the destiny of this nation is to do injustice to the country called India. Over drinks. The point that is very, very important for us to understand is that one person may try, and we've had a dictator who tried but failed. Allow me to elaborate on this point a little bit. I know this is a little counterintuitive, but let me explain. If you see 2019 election results in India, because today the other issue that I have with this topic is Modi's India. And because right path or wrong path is going to be decided by Modi's India, let's try and analyze, is it really Modi's India? Why are we giving Modi such a lot of importance to decide that he controls the destiny of India? I don't agree with it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that India's path and destiny cannot be decided by Modi. Here's why. 2019, BJP peaks. How much does it have? 37, 38% of the popular vote. It's a big thing, I agree. 1989, post 1989, the biggest vote share, 303 seats, well done. But the fact of the matter still is that out of 10 voters, you only have 4. You don't have the rest of the 6. The rest of the 6 voted for somebody else. The problem is that the rest of the 6 can't get their act together. The CPM, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, to which Prashant Bhushan belonged to earlier, but understood the problems in the party. What gives people in the BJP to say to any argument that you might make, aayega to Modi hi? Desh ke papa. I'm not saying this. Spokesperson Samit Patra has said this. Supreme leader. These are words uttered by a very senior spokesperson of the BJP. What gives them this confidence? The confidence that they have comes from a very, very fractured opposition that can't get its act together, that can't decide to work together. Some progress has been made. Now they are saying that they're going to have a meeting in Patna, I believe, and many of the opposition parties are coming together. Mind you, that if the opposition gets its act together, if they stop cutting each other's votes, then Modi, like Indira Gandhi, in another 5 to 10 years, can easily be reduced to the footnotes of history. Forget him changing the path of India. I absolutely believe that. The question is whether the Congress, whether the CPM, 61 seats in 2004, I wonder what happened after that. So there is, of course, a problem of the opposition not understanding social media, not understanding the younger generation, not understanding how hard work really happens, how Panna Pramukhs draw people to the voting booth. So there is a lot of work that the opposition needs to do, which does not happen. I'll end with just one simple point. A lot of people thought Trump is also going to change India. And as a matter of fact, Trump got, if I'm not wrong, 73.6 million votes, the highest for a sitting US president ever. It just so happened that Biden even got better than that. So there is always a threat to democracy. There are always people trying to change the direction of a country. It is, of course, the opposition, what the leaders of the opposition, what the alternative leadership does that can save or at least stop this change of track that is being attempted. So the point is very simple. My point is very, 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 very clear, and I hope that I'm refuted on this. I hope that I'm corrected on this. That A, the path that India has set on is too huge to be changed by one person. Karnataka is a very small example. I'm not even getting into the elections. If you want to take a quick look at the map of India and how many states does BJP actually rule, it'll be surprising for you. So it depends on how the leaderships work. The only reason why we are debating this, I believe, in this house is because the opposition of India really failed and allowed one person to grab so much of mind space. That's all. And that can change within months, if not a few years. I'll end with a simple challenge. The opposition, I hope, there's 2 speakers still left, they just need to prove me one thing. It's not a question, and by the way, right or left, right turn in quote, as you mentioned, sir. I can also mention left turn that we have been for the last 70 years when liberalization was not allowed and we starved ourselves. Had we liberalized much more, maybe our per capita income today would have been $20,000 maybe. So we have been stuck at the left turn also. So it's not a question of right turn or the left turn. The question is, are we on the right path? Yes, there have been blockages. Yes, communal politics has been exploited, just like you had exploitation of caste politics, just like you had exploitation of poverty politics, Garibi Hatao, which the Congress would remember very well. In the same way, communal politics and a religious revivalism has been weaponized. I agree to that. I admit to that. The question is, can you, sir, counter that and help us again get back to a very fast pace on direction? Have we meandered a little bit? I would agree. Have we not done the best that we could have? I absolutely agree. But are we on the wrong path? I am not getting that. Please let me know, where is it that India has taken a U-turn or completely gone on a wrong path? That is what you need to prove to this House, which unfortunately hasn't been done till now. Thank you.